Hey guys, welcome back to the Chaotic Carnivore channel and a huge welcome from Team Chaos. I absolutely love that. I don't think that's ever going to get old to me. First off, I just want to say hello if you are a new subscriber here, and welcome 100%. Anybody who has left comments today, just like every other day, I will answer them as soon as I am done posting this update. I will try to not make this one a long one, guys, but if you could do me a huge favor and stick around to the end, I'll try not to make it past like 10 minutes. So with that being said, let's get into it. First thing I want to show you guys before we get into the nitty-gritty of this whole thing, the meat and meat, since we're not doing meat and potatoes. First off, I wanted to show you guys something. I had told you the other day that I had actually been working on Legos. Look at that, guys. I wanted to show you what it was. I am a huge Jurassic Park fan. Like, I love anything Jurassic Park, so this was so cool to find. It's got like a little plaque talking about the T-Rex and everything. I just thought that was so cool. I'm going to have that up on my little stand there, so if you see it in future videos, you know where it came from. But these Legos have been a lot of fun. They have really helped. I've been working out and, doing my little Legos and actually picking up a lot of hobbies that I did not have before, since I have so much free time that I'm not thinking about food all the time. That used to literally be my major reason for living. And as much as I hate to say it, even past family and whatnot, I would do my responsibilities. I loved my family. I loved, being around people that I care about. But there was a point where food was always in the back of my mind. And to like a lesser extent, it still is. It didn't just magically go away, but it's more or less, I think, a little bit of trying to really decide if I've made the right choice, if I have chosen the right diet, and if it's working for me, for my roommates, But these things, these hobbies, they actually help a lot to make me feel like I'm a little bit more in control of myself, like food isn't actually controlling me. Speaking of control, I have a fantastic story for you guys today, and I just want to start it out by shouting out Chris Cooking Nashville. He just posted a video a few hours ago. I know some of you guys have come from that, and I just want to say thank you so much. Now for the funny story. I was actually sitting with my roommate Pookie, and we were eating our chicken. We had, a couple chicken thighs and whatnot. And as I've said in previous videos, I have been getting into some workout routines. I am starting to get not even close to physically active, but I am trying, and I've had 2 days. Today's a rest day, so, thank you. But tomorrow we pick it right back up. Anyway, while I was going through the videos, trying to basically make like a workout plan for myself, something that would actually fit for me. If you get into the workout stuff, you also have to get into nutrition. So I watched a lot of videos about nutrition and what people were doing for their diets, and it just really got me thinking. I have a terrible habit of when something is working for me. Please put in the comments if you have this habit too, if you are kind of self-sabotaging. I have a terrible habit of when something is actually working for me, I will start to question it. It's almost like, is it too good to be true kind of thing? Or, oh, something's going to go wrong with it. Or, oh, maybe it's not doing as good for me as I think it is. It's not doing as well for me as I think it is. And I do that with this diet a lot. This has been the longest time I've been able to stick to the diet and had the willpower. Again, shout out to my roommates, the other parts of Team Chaos, for keeping me on the straight and narrow with this so far. But, every time I start to kind of relapse and talk about just doing calorie counting, because I say that it's so that I can have a more balanced diet, but what I really want is access to the things I shouldn't have. If it was just, oh, well, I just want to eat some vegetables here or there, well, I just want to have some fruit here or there, then it would be one thing. But I know for me, it's because I want to use that calorie deficit and the calories I have available to eat food I'm not supposed to eat food that is going to hurt me. My diabetic self does not need any of that extra stuff. But if I'm very persuasive with myself, and if I talk myself out of it, talk myself out of the diet and go right back to it, I'm basically done. I'm done. But anyway, so I talk to my roommates about when I'm having those, relapsing kind of thoughts. And it just helps to kind of get my thoughts out, to get their feedback on it. Usually they're sick of me anyway. The whole reason my name is Chaotic Carnivore is because I am all over the place and can't stick to one thing most of the time. Like, I have trouble really committing to that diet and not just flip-flopping back and forth. I finally got them on it, so they are huge motivators, because they're like, we're done with you flip-flopping, stay on it, you're not allowed to get off. You got us on it, you're not allowed to get off. And if you guys ever have trouble with that, please jump in the comments, say something. Like, if you need support and you don't have a support system just for yourself, let me know. I've been there. I hated it. I'm so much happier now that I have you guys as a community. Like, you guys have all supported me so much. So if I can even return a fraction of that, that would just be amazing. But anyway, I'm so sorry to be so off track. Breathe. Just breathe. Okay, so I was sitting there eating my food with Pookie, and I had told her we were weighing the pros and cons of this diet versus another diet, counting calories and everything. I said, do you really want to eat chicken for the rest of your life is one of the pros. Do you really want to eat the same foods for the rest of your life? This has to be a lifestyle. We can't just do we're just going to get skinny and then we're going to eat whatever we want. That's just not going to happen. This has to be a lifestyle. And she was a little about it. Well, she was like, but the recipes are really good. We have recipes that we can make that are carno or keto or whatever we need them to be. And I had checked my phone and I had just seen that Chris had actually posted a video a couple hours ago. And I said, oh, well, hey, you know what? Speaking of recipes, here's our guy. Let's go and check it out. And he was talking about comments he had gotten on his page, on his Facebook, of people just basically dogging on his recipes and just dogging on carnivore in general. And he was talking about how we need to be representative of what the diet is doing for us and how we can reach more people if we're, not as dogmatic about it, and really just showing what it can actually do for people, just showing the process of how it can help people. He also has amazing hair, so if you want to see some amazing hair, I will link that video down below. It is worth it to see. He has fantastic hair. But he ended up shouting out my channel, and I appreciate that so much. He said some of the nicest things about me and was so encouraging and encouraged a lot of you guys to come and see me and subscribe, and I appreciate that so much. And Pookie got such a huge kick out of it. She was just losing it because she was like, well, if you were debating it before, Chris made the decision for you. You have to stay on it now. You can't make him look bad. And so because I had said, do you really want to eat chicken forever? She said, hashtag chicken forever. So just know if you see that popping up, that's why. Because now, yes, I might be eating chicken forever, but because of people like Chris, I'm going to have it in hundreds of different ways. So you know what? I'm fine with that. That's absolutely fine. But anyway, speaking of control, getting back to that point, I wanted to say a huge thank you to Chris and anyone like him, Ketogenic Woman, Carnivore Quest, people who put out these recipes and take the time to actually learn and experiment, and they spend their money and their time and their energy, and they make these recipes and they put them out for people like me, like my roommates, like us, and give us a sense of control back. I think the worst thing about having an eating disorder is the sense of losing control of your body, losing control of your mind, losing control of literally your life. Everything can be tied into having that type of eating disorder. And when you get on a restrictive diet, especially one that can be as restrictive as carnivore, depending on how you're doing it, you don't feel like you've regained any of that control. You feel like you have a collar on and you need to stick to a certain way of eating, and it's going to make you look weird around your friends and your family, and there are people that'll tell you that it's terrible and everything. That does not instill a sense of control to most people. To some, it does, absolutely. But to people like me, it doesn't. I feel like sometimes it can be more of a hindrance. Like, I don't like going out to public places because I don't want to be that person that has to order, a plain burger patty with nothing else on it but cheese and bacon. But if I roll up to somewhere with a container of Chris's cheeseburger casserole. I will also have that link below because we are still making that and it's amazing. But if I pop that open, nobody questions what I'm eating except, for the fact that it smells amazing and they see how much I'm enjoying it. That makes me happy. That makes me feel like I'm in control. I still cook. I still have recipes that I reference, but they're my way. They're what suits my needs. And that makes it so much easier. That makes it easier to function on a diet like this. That makes it easier to function in society when you're trying to do a diet like this. And I can't express how much that means to people like me. If you're a person like me, please go to Chris's channel. Thank him for the work he does. Anybody he sent here, you already know. You know how amazing he is. And it's because of people like him that you don't just make it easier to do this diet. You make it easier to get my life back under control. And people may not understand it when they comment on your videos, on your posts. I'm not gonna cry. I'm sorry. I'm so emotional about this stuff. I apologize, guys. I don't mean to be like this. I feel like I'm crying almost every other video, but it really it means so much more to me than you could ever imagine that you do the stuff that you do, and that anybody like you makes recipes and puts it out there for the world to judge, to enjoy, to share with other people. This is a hard journey, but anything worth it is going to be difficult, and you make it so much less difficult. Guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I wish I could stay and say even more, but I'm going to try to get this video out today. And thank you guys so much for stopping by, for watching. Please go and see Chris. He's amazing. He really, really is. There's so many amazing people on this platform and in this community, and he is just beyond. So thank you guys very much for being here. If you want to join Team Chaos, or if you're already here, please jump down in the comments, say hello. I'm so happy to have you guys here, and I will keep you updated on my journey as we go through this, trying to lose over 120 pounds and honestly, just get control of our lives back. If you're on the journey with me, please hang around and thank you for being here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.